This skating lesson is brought to you by Audible, where you can listen to audiobooks of your favorite titles, including Alone by Bill Jones, The Triumph and Tragedy of John Curry. Enter the code TSL Visionaries 20 at checkout for a free audiobook for new Audible members. Alone is also the January book club selection for the TSL Visionaries Book Club. To join this community, you can subscribe by selecting the Join button on YouTube. The Join button is to the left of where you hit subscribe beneath a YouTube video. If you would prefer to join the community on Facebook, please click the link in the description box below. Hello, and welcome to the skating lesson. My name is Dave Leese, and today I'm thrilled to welcome legendary pair coach Tamara Moskvina. I was going to say how many Olympic champions you had, but because of the results of the last Olympics, I cannot count your gold medals today, but I'm sure we will very soon. So thank you for coming.
And I'm happy to introduce myself. I am Tamara Moskvina. I was a skater myself, a single skater, pair skater, and now I am still the skating coach, especially specializing in pair skating.
You left something out. What? You invented the Biellmann spin.
Yes, but I prefer not to take that happiness from Biellmann, because she introduced that to the world. Because I was, when I did that at the European Championship, I was only 22nd or something. Who paid attention to the person at 21st or second and the European champion? Nobody. But when she became European championship champion, her coach told, listen, let's do that spin. I remember Russian girl did that, and they did, and I'm very happy to that element everybody executes now. It does matter that it's Biellmann's spin. It's not Tamara Moskvina's spin. I'm happy that everybody does that, and improving and giving some different look of that spin.
Do you have a favorite spin in figure skating?
I don't hear you very well.
You have a favorite spin. Is there one spin that you love to watch, or a certain element that really excites you?
I like the new elements that are made on the existing one, like different deviation from the typical spins. That's why what I like in the spin, that is new look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you have said that you are going to retire so many times, Tamara, and you seem busier than ever. You have your own skating school. You are still coaching. Tell us, what has kept you going?
What does it mean retire? I can't retire from the occupation that I love, and I love to create. I like to teach skaters to become good skaters and good people. Mm-hmm. I like to find new elements. I like to prepare new generation of medalists, to say gold medalists better. And I like to that people are amused that, oh, again, Tamara did new generation, new elements, new programs. So this is challenge for me. That's why to retire from the occupation that you love? Why?
Yeah. I understand. How many hours a day are you working these days? Do you teach on the ice? How many hours?
Do you mean working or enjoying yourself? I like what I do. Well, that's why. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Не могу, Оля. That was my daughter calling.
Oh, how many, I guess, how many hours are you working with, Mishina and Galyamov, your students?
For example, with them, I can work 4 hours a day or 5 hours a day, probably 4.
Mhm.
But I also watch other skaters, what they do. I listen to the music. I go to the theater, ballet theater, to see what new development of ballet discipline, and I watch other skaters and competition, maybe gymnastic, to find a resource of creativity.
I wanted to talk to you about ballet because your skaters have always had a distinct look. Their landing position is very, I always notice your team, they land straight. Their arms, they match, their leg line matches all the time when they did their side-by-side jumps. How important is ballet for figure skating?
I remember many years ago, I can't say how many decades, we started to work with the choreographer from the so-called ballet theater, Kirov Ballet Theater, and we use the same exercises that ballet dancers do, and that's why it gave you posture, it gave you very nice lines, it gave you the proper look, proper lines. That's why, and we saw that skaters from other countries, they don't do that. That's why that was one of the reasons why we started to use it more and more in order to bring ballet perfection to the borderlines.
I remember the first time I saw you on TV, you told us that people from St. Petersburg were smarter than people from Moscow. You were more aristocratic.
No, I didn't say that they were smarter. All people from different countries are smart enough. And the skaters and coaches from Moscow use the same method. They also take ballet lessons. And I know now that skaters from different countries use ballet lessons too. That's why I don't consider other people not as smart as people from
I think you were talking about the culture of St. Petersburg, right? The culture of the city.
I think the ballet school in all the cities of St. Petersburg, in Russia, let's say Perm, Sverdlovsk, Moscow, St. Petersburg, Odessa, they all have the same method of ballet preparation.
Do you have a favorite ballerina or ballet dancer?
Oh, there are so many of them. That's why.
Who inspires you, Tamara? You are a very creative person. Who inspires you?
The whole culture of ballet, of theater, of gymnastic, acrobatic. So all the discipline where I can find the source of creativity.
Now, when you say gymnastics, do you mean artistic gymnastics, like sport gymnastics, like Simone Biles, or are you talking about rhythmic gymnastics, like the Averna?
Artistic gymnastic, sport gymnastic, and rhythmic. For example, Billman spin was taken from where? As a student of a University of Physical Culture and Sport, I was a student, and we in gymnastic lesson, we did that. I saw how gymnasts, they did that, not spin, but they took the leg and brought it up. And so I thought, oh, why not to use that? Why not to use that? And so I tried to learn modern art now, modern choreography, because it's differs from classical ballet. So everything in the world develops. Everything is changing. So I consider myself smart. You need to go together with the development, with the changes in the world, and in the discipline of art, sport, you have to change too.
Interesting. Yeah. I want to ask you about figures. So Karen Cortland, who is a pair skater from America, got me to learn the figures, and they want to see how they can improve my free skating to try to bring it back. How much do you think figures would improve free skating if all skaters had to do it for an hour or 2 hours a day?
But why you should do figures? You don't need to do figures. You need to do turns. That
I do turns, yeah.
Turns. Let's say 3-turn bracket, twizzle, rocker, counter. Everything that we did, I did when figures existed. So you don't need to draw figures on dice as they used to be, but you need just to do as many repetition of the turns, like a repetition of rockers, counters, all those turns that will help you to skate better, to be better skaters.
I do both. I find that figures help me psychologically. They calm my mind down when I do them. And if I do them before free skating, I'm kind of an anxious person.
It's good because you balance your body, then you control it, and then you can learn the lean of the body. You learn when to turn, counter and rotation, counter rotation of the body, and that's why it's much easier than for you to do jumps, for example, or just to skate. So as I was champion of Soviet Union and we did figures at my time, that's why, of course, for me, it's much easier to do all those turns that skaters now need to do in doing step sequences and other steps between the elements. It's obvious.
Yeah. No, one thing is your skaters have really maintained a standard jump technique over the years. With Tuberidze's school, with Sergei Dudikov, they tend to rotate more with the upper body. Your skaters jump more from the leg. How have you maintained technique over time? What are your thoughts about changing of jump technique?
I don't want to compare technique because you need to make it specially analyzing the technique with the help of videotapes. That's why this is not what I do. We just need to jump, rotate, and land.
Okay.
And there are different technique for that, and if you watch even single skaters from all over the world, you will see that the technique is different. But the main goal is to land.
Well, you mentioned the ballet and that you see skaters. How involved are you with Peter Gumenik?
Peter Gumenik is a member of our skating club, skating club of Tamara Moskvina. The club has my name, and we see each other every day at the practices. And his coach is Veronika Daineka, and I also participate in helping him in presentation and in psychological task.
Well, I have a favor to ask you because I thought Mikhail Kolyada had the most beautiful free skate to Nureyev a couple years ago, but I think that Peter Gumenik has the potential for a similar masterpiece if you work with him on, the artistic.
I can't tell you anything about Kolyada because I didn't teach him, and he didn't skate in our school. He skated in another school, also very good school of St. Petersburg. But Peter Gumenik has potential not only in technique of skating, but also in presentation. But there are so many other skaters now in St. Petersburg and in Russia, men single skaters that can become a very good skaters internationally.
Peter's weakness seems to be under rotating his jumps just slightly. And Karen Cortland talked to me about how when you did figures, you had to transfer the body to the left foot very quickly, and that motion could help jump rotation. What are you working on with?
As I told you already, that in order to analyze and compare techniques, you need to have special tools. You need to videotape, then to make mechanical and biomechanical analysis of the technique and see what is good or what is not good. But there is no one technique that is successful. There are many ways of achieving the proper jumps and make them difficult jumps for rotations and with different technique. That's why I really can't tell you which technique is preferable. There are many ways of achieving your goal.
What is it like to work with a male skater and have, Alexei Mishin, your former partner, who's also a coach in the same discipline? Are your, colleagues, but obviously you have, competitors now.
What I should say, where I skated with Alexei Mishin for 4 years, and we are still on very good terms and see each other many times, but I don't compete with him as a skating coach because I don't teach single skaters. I just help Veronika Daineka in some discipline, in some methods of helping Peter Gumenik, but she is his main coach, and that's why I don't compete with the Mishin. We never compete with him. We just competed with him many years ago. Who better speaks English? And who has more scientific degrees, like being he also has a PhD degree, and so have I.
Who's written more books, you or Mishin? Who has authored?
I never competed. That is not the way where I compete with him. I am very happy that Alexei, probably Alexei Mishin wrote many more books than I. But
do you speak about technique with him? Like, do you talk with him about technique? Elena Bechki told me.
No. We really don't speak because we were taught by the same coaches. That's why we have the same idea about the technique. But as he teaches single skaters and technique for many rotational jumps is more difficult, and as a pair skating coach, I don't involve in learning so much technique of jumps. That's why he, of course, knows the technique of jumping much. He knows more about the technique.
Elena Bechki told us that she was your most difficult student of your career. Would you agree with her? She's one of our favorite people to have on the show. People love to hear her stories and her opinions and all of her personality. Yeah.
Of course, she was not more, she was more successful because when she was 12 years old, she was suggested to leave the dance group. And you know that people who can't jump, they go maybe to dance. The coach dance coach told, listen, you better go to another group, you stop. But somehow by chance she came to my group and slowly she did everything what I taught her, and other coaches from our school taught her, and choreographer also. And she became second in Russia, second in the Soviet Union, second with her partner Denis Petrov, second at the European Championships, second at the World Championship, and second at the Olympics. The girl who was, can I say, thrown out of the dance group, be at 12 years old. It's incredible. And one of the famous American coaches told me, Tamara, your achievement with Yelena Bechke and Denis Petrov are most remarkable, because what you did with her, you know, when she's from the way she started and where she what she achieved is very remarkable. But
I was wondering if you liked her Nutcracker program. She loves to tell the story of her Olympic long program, that you wanted French music, she wanted to skate to the Nutcracker, and that there was a big disagreement for maybe several weeks.
Or what should I say, that what you are talking about, I've forgotten and I don't remember that.
I don't think you forget anything, Tamara.
No. What I don't need, I forget.
Okay.
Why should I have the garbage in my head? Because I have many generations of skaters, and I like to work with one generation. When I stop, I start to put new news or new knowledge in my head in order to prepare a new generation. As people are different, skaters are different, generation are different. That's why I need to refresh my knowledge about them. But I still remember what we did with the skaters of other different generation, and I loved to work with them to make the most difficult, the most remarkable things with this generation, with each generation. And I consider this is a challenge for me to prepare the best out of each generation of skaters with whom I work.
Well, I've been watching your students over the last years, and I find it very interesting because we're in very difficult times in the world, as you are aware. But, you know, I've noticed that your skaters over the last year have been trying new elements. When Boykova and Kozlovsky were your students last year, we started to see the side-by-side triple loop. We saw the quad throw. We saw new elements from Mishina and Galyamov. How have you been able to motivate your students when everybody is very upset about the lack of international competitions? Your students have kept improving.
I don't really understand your question. No, I did. I did, and I understood. But look, we compete with skaters who are at that moment are very strong. So we don't compete with countries. We compete with the skaters. And if Mishina, Galyamov, and Boykova-Kozlovsky are the strongest skaters nowadays, they compete between themselves. I don't need to motivate them when there is no international competition. They compete with each other. Whom do you compete? You?
Myself.
You with yourself or with right now with yourself, because and if there will be the person nearly of the same level and you go with him, you will compete with them. It doesn't matter from what country this person is, or maybe it's from your club. That's why I don't need specially to motivate people. Sorry, there is no international competition. No, Misha Galyamov and Boykova-Kozlovsky, they know each other and they compete with the strongest skaters in the world. And nowadays they are strongest.
Well, you taught in the US where we have individual lessons, but you do group lessons in your school. How important is learning from a group rather than having an individual lesson?
With the skaters of a certain level, it's better, it's more successful to do group lessons. With the people skaters of the level of Misha Galyamov, Boykova-Kozlovsky, or skaters of the national team, it's better to do private lesson.
Okay.
And then they grow better. That's why there is no way of saying which is better. With one skaters, this is group lesson. With one level, is group lesson. With other level, it's private or individual lesson.
Well, your skaters are known for being very consistent at the big competitions. We did see Misha Galyamov at the Olympics. They had a problem with their lift. Were you surprised? Was that something that was a problem going into the Olympics? Or was it just an accident? What was your take on that?
Please remind me, what the problem did you see with their lift? I don't remember any problem.
They had a fall. It was a fall. It was...
fall at the... Yes, I remember. Well, they are normal person. So they are Olympic champion and world champion. It happens with every skaters. That's why probably the way the tension of the competition, the tension that they did the other elements very well. Probably they lost concentration at the end. But I don't even remember that. It's like happened with every person. Our Russian skaters are the same skaters as skaters from different countries, and they also can make mistakes.
I wanted to ask you about Alexandra Boykova. She's a very determined skater, and I noticed at Nationals that you congratulated her in the kiss and cry, and the two of you had an exchange, and it seemed very positive after the performance. What did you say to her? Because she skated very well after moving to Moscow. Obviously, she wants to achieve things in her career, and Misha Galyamov won that competition. I was wondering, what the two of you, spoke about.
Artur Minchuk and Tamara Moskvina taught Misha Galyamov only maybe 3 years, and Boykova-Kozlovsky for maybe about 7 years. And they are our students, and they are kind of our children, skating children. That's why even when they decided to go to another coach to continue their skating career, they are still our students, our children whom we prepare. But that's why and we are happy that they skated very well. And we can't forget all those years of happiness teaching them. And it's obvious that as a coach, I congratulated them with their good performance. It's kind of, even, for example, if a parent is not happy that their child changed university, but if children wants to change universities, you are still happy that they continue improving. That's why we coaches were not happy that they changed coach. They went to Moscow, but we are happy that our students who we taught 7 years continue to improve. They are still skaters who we prepare. So why not?
Do you feel proud of the state of Russian pairs right now? It's strong as it's ever been, perhaps stronger than it's ever been, the level of competition in Russia. What is it like for you as someone who has been a part of that system for your entire life?
I should say that we compete well, we are not competing. We are trying to make our skaters better in elements, in programs, in music, in costumes, in behavior. And when we do that, that is a package that makes them better and stronger than other skaters. If our skaters compete between themselves, they are the strongest now in this event. If there are skaters from other countries with whom they compete, we try to be better, not because they are from different countries, from other countries. We compete with them because we want that our skaters will have better program, better elements, better music. It's that package that we want to achieve, and not the idea that we want to defeat skaters from other countries. It's a package from against package, and package is that makes them pair with good program, good music, good costume, good behavior, good presentation.
Well, Alyona Kosternaya joined the pair field, and she is someone that in the West, people love to watch her. She has a very expressive personality. Everybody is always interested in what Alyona will do, and they obviously recognize her immense talent. Now, in the United States, someone could switch from singles to pairs and be successful in 1 to 2 seasons. How long does it take to transition from a single skater to a pair skater at the top level in order to be successful?
It depends on the partners and depends on the desire to work together. It may be half a season, it may be 1 season, it may be several years. There is no rules and there is no certain time. It depends how long it takes them to become a pair.
Do you think she has the talent to succeed in pair skating?
Well, it's not me. It's when she competed in the singles, she was very good skater with very good results. That's why it was accepted by the judges that she is talented and well qualified skater. It's not my opinion. It was opinion of the qualified people.
Did you agree with the qualified people?
Well, of course, trust judges, because this is those people whom ISU gave the possibility to qualify skaters.
Do you watch the European Championships or the World Championships right now and see what's happening in international skating?
I'm very interested in what's going on in national and international life in all the sides of life.
Deanna Stellato is competing at Canadian Nationals. She's 40 years old and improving. How, what do you think the limits are in terms of how old you could be to succeed in pair skating?
Until the skater will have the qualities and elements that can be compared with other skaters, she can skate until when she wants. Why you don't ask, Tamara, why you are 82 years old, how for when you will stop teaching, because you are already much older than other coaches. That's why until you are capable of producing results in your field, let's say skater until when she's 40, or coach, or you are a journalist. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 37.
37.
I'm about to land my first double Salchow at 37. So we are, yes.
So you answered question that you asked me. So why do you ask me? You already answered.
Well, you have way more experience than I do. I would like to see Deanna be successful because I think that she pays attention to details more than some of the current skaters. And I was wondering what you thought of her skating.
I just answer you the previous question. Scientists told that many years ago, people lived until 35, they died at 40. Now people are dying when? At
100.
Average 80 something, and some people are living until 100 something. That's why as people, life of people started to be much longer than it used to be before. That's why, and skaters will try to skate much longer than they used to skate before. Why to put the level? Why to put the limit? If they can skate, if they can jump, if they can produce a good impression with their program, why not? Why to stop them? Let them continue skating and give enjoyment to people, to audience.
Well, Ilya Malinin has landed the quad axel, and I think, at least once a month, I get a phone call from Ari Zakarian telling me that the quad axel needs to be worth more points. Would you agree with him that the base value is not enough?
I know that ISU changes the cost like
tariff
that they give to what this or other elements, and they consider the reason for that maybe medical problems that might arise when the elements are very difficult. That's why ISU tries to not to encourage skaters doing very difficult elements and not rising the cost of the elements. That's why there are scientific consultant. There are coaches who participate in the decision, and there are members of ISU who can receive this or that decision. That's why let them discuss that. Somebody, let's say Zakarian, will write a letter to ISU suggesting to increase, and there will be probably a consultant that they will discuss this and make the decision. And as I am a coach who respect the decision of ISU, so I will consider.
You are a great diplomat, Tamara. You could go into politics.
We are members of ISU,
Mhm.
and I am as a coach of Russian Federation. I respect all the decision of ISU, and this for me is the law. If they change the rules, I will follow the changes. It's not diplomatic. Otherwise, there is a ruling. There is a company, not company. ISU is our main leader.
Mhm.
They give us rules, and they do everything to fulfill the rules. In this field, I agree. I have to follow the rules what ISU have.
Well, yeah. Several years ago, the ISU lowered the value for the tara for quad throws and quad twist in pairs. But I read, the Russian news, and many coaches think that the value should be increased for those elements in pair skating, that pair skating is stagnating internationally. What do you think about that? Because obviously, you worked on a quad salchow with Boykova Kozlovsky. I imagine you've worked on many elements with Mishna Galyamov. What is your take on the progression of throws and twists in pair skating and the importance of that development?
In 2001, one of my students, this was Kazakova Dmitriev, they did quad toe throw at Goodwill Games in 2001. Then I know that Canadian skaters, American skaters also did quadruple throws at the international competition, and Russian skaters too. They did.
Berezhnaya and Sikorlitsa did.
Berezhnaya and Sikorlitsa at the competition, they did not fulfill it. We didn't put it into the program, but at the practices they did. And with one of the pair in 1981, Vorobyova Lisovsky, I even tried at the practices to do triple axel throw. But as there is no reward for that, and the danger of injury rather high. It was rather high. Right now with the harness, as we call, when it's not stabilized on the ceiling, but you can walk, you can the teacher can follow the skaters. So those elements become less difficult. And skaters, single skaters, many of them now do many quadruple jumps, and quadruple jumps are very difficult to make, and you can have injury very easily. But there are many single skaters from different countries who execute quadruple jumps. And what? And there is a reward for that in the marks. That's why I think soon ISU might consider to look at the marks and maybe change.
If the ISU changed, would you respect that opinion? I know that you respect the opinion of the ISU, so if they...
If there will be changes, I will, of course, respect. And as a coach with the proper education, I will try to make those elements not so dangerous for the health of skaters whom I teach. I don't like injuries. I prefer that my skaters will have healthy health. And will not be injured.
I find it interesting with Mishna Galyamov. You seem to go back and forth between more modern music, like the Elvis program, and then they will do something classical the next season. We saw the Snowstorm music after they did Queen. Is that intentional to switch styles, to do something vastly different?
Of course. If you see, let's say, probably tonight, you have black t-shirt. Tomorrow you will think, oh, yesterday I had black, maybe white tomorrow. And your friends will tell, oh, you look better in white. I like it better. But maybe in 1 week, people will say, the one color of the t-shirt is not, now it's modern to have tears something or no sleeves. People change because people want to see something different. There are changes in every field of life. That's why I also try to make programs for pairs whom I teach, different look, different styles, because as once I told such proverb, somebody likes priest, somebody likes priest wife, somebody likes priest daughter. But that's why I try to change styles, change music, change costume, change tricks, change elements.
Well, let's speak about a costume, because Galyamov had a very large red costume, very bright in your face last season. I was curious to know what your creative process was like for that program.
No, first of all, we watched movies with Elvis Presley, and so probably one of the costumes resemble costume that skater Galyamov used. That's why we know the history, and then we try to see how it will go together with the whole costume, and what that will be very attractive and different too. That's why it's normal. Like I think everybody uses the same strategy.
What can you tell us about the personalities or the characters of Mishina and Galyamov, for Western audiences who don't know them as well? What are they like? What are they studying at university?
They both study at the university. Galyamov likes like football. Mishina likes music. Then they are very intelligent, and I like to work with them. And it's not only I'm not only a coach, difficult coach. Let's say I don't just say yes, do that, but they are creative people, and it's very nice to work with them. And really, I try to arrange my work with every generation whom I teach, that this work will be very interesting for me, not only interesting, but enjoyable. That my life, I enjoy way of that I work with them and I like it. What do you want to show that? What is this sign?
It's just what I'm thinking. I do that. It's just it's just a habit. And I was thinking about, I wanted to ask you about John Curry, actually.
I knew we were friendly with John Curry, and I like his way of skating and his creativity and his look, and the way he introduced art into men's skating.
We're doing a book club where everybody reads the same book. So we're all reading a book about John Curry this month. Next month, we're going to read about Nureyev. Did you ever see Nureyev perform?
No, in life, no. I didn't. No, I saw, but not in at the theater. No.
Have you seen Lopatkina? She's my favorite.
Lopatkina, yes, of course. And Lopatkina was she like my skaters. I forgotten who was that. And she used to come to our practices, and her coach, she used to work with the Kawaguchi Smirnov.
Interesting. Her performance of The Legend of Love is my favorite. It's my dream that someone would perform that on the ice, like Elena Ilinik or someone, like a Sasha Cohen type of skater. Yeah.
Legenda о любви, it's Legend of Love. Probably you remind me about that ballet. I should listen to the music. Maybe that will be my next piece that I will choose for the skaters, because I always try to find music that either was not used or was used long ago. And I thank you very much for little hint.
Yes, one of my favorites. I think it's spectacular. I wanted to ask about the state of skating. Right now, the state of international figure skating, the audiences are not great. And right now we are separated, right? The Russians compete against Russia, the international skaters compete, and in a way, nobody wins because they don't have everybody competing together. How important for the sport do you think it is for all of the top athletes to be together?
It's very important because it increases interest to our sport, and it makes everybody work harder to be better. But I am not agree with you that we are separated, because there is you can watch competition. For example, I watch European Championship every night, and other skaters from other countries can watch all the Russian competition on our site, onetv.ru. It's online. That's why we are not separated. We see competition.
You're not competing together. Yeah.
We can compete kind of in our mind, but I think if ISU would like, ISU and all the skating world would like to see us together, they should persuade ISU to make it possible.
Tatiana Tarasova thinks, it's very important for Russia to be at the World Championships and the Olympics. Do you agree with her, or are you? Yeah.
Of course, that is this is the aim goal of sport, to make all the nations, all the sportsmen together, in spite of any reason, any religious, political, economical differences.
Do you follow politics? Are you interested in that?
I do. I am a member of the community. I am a member of the world. That's why I need to know what is happening in the world.
Do you see the possibility for this situation with the Olympics being resolved, with the war going on? It doesn't seem like there's an end in the war, in sight right now. So, do you see the situation changing?
I'm not as so involved, because there are many situations in different countries, between different countries, and in different international organizations. That's why I am more aware of what's going on in the skating world. That's why I can't, I am not responsible for those decisions.
You are a very intelligent person.
Thank you.
Do you think it was insulting to the public when Valieva was announced at the Olympics that Valieva had tested positive for trimetazidine, that they claimed that she drank from her grandfather's glass? Many people were they felt it was an insult to our intelligence. You know, he was thousands of miles away. He was not at that competition. You know, the half-life of the drug, if you do the calculations, it's not possible. You know, do you think that was an insult to people that...
You told me your question very quickly,
Oh, I'm
but
sorry.
I didn't even listen, because all the companies who is investigating this case already, and they are lawyers, they are people from medicine, from ICU. For 2 years, those specialists can't decide and make decision about the result of this case. So why you ask me questions that you completely tell what was there? Nobody knows that, because
it's philosophical. You know, it's, you know, I don't think that anyone thinks a 15-year-old is wanting to take drugs. You know, I don't think that a 15-year-old wants to cheat in that way. I don't believe, you know, in that kind of dishonesty that
I think the best way is to wait when the company, those organizations who are responsible to make the decision in this case, when they give their verdict, the decision, then we can know, because we don't know all the details, and we can't pick one, hide another one. That's why those people who are responsible for that, to make the decision, let them do that. Then we know everything, because there are certain things that we don't know and we can't decide. And just to pick something and speak about that, it's not right.
Well, it does impact your skaters, because we don't know if they won the gold, the silver, you know, didn't win a medal at all at the last Olympics. How do you think about the Olympics with them? Or how do you put that, you know, if you feel successful, like, do they feel successful about the Olympics? Do they feel unsure about, you know, that situation in their lives? It's such a big sporting event and it remains undecided.
We can talk, discuss, speculate about this case. What I do, I just breathe and wait the decision of those organizations and companies who are responsible to make the decision about this case.
How do you make a 20-year-old have that same point of view? You're a person of philosophy, of psychology, as you said. How do you, you know, speak with an athlete who, you know, in that kind of a situation? Because you have much more, you know, experience, you know, than they do.
I also teach them, if they have no knowledge, if they have no information about one or this or another case, just give the possibility to those people who are qualified to make the decision. Let them make that decision, and then you will know the result. And until that, just breathe and make and do what you usually do. Practice, train, compete, learn, love, do everything. Just wait when those people will make the proper decision.
After so many years, if your athlete is first or second, do you get excited or upset at this point? Or what, you know, how do you feel, you know, with the level? Does it change over time?
It's easy, because you receive enjoyment, you receive happiness when you prepare for the goal that you put. For example, you put the goal to compete at World Championship and try to be among the best.
Mhm.
So you work hard, you prepare music, elements, costumes, you prepare your behavior, and when you come first or second, you are already happy because you are the first, one the best in the room. Let's say I ask you, how do you consider, what is your place among the journalists in the US?
I I don't know. That's a difficult question, right? We don't have a competition, but
I tell you that when my skaters competed, they were always among the first, second, third best in the world.
I remember. Yes.
Everybody is happy because they are in the world best, like among the, let's say, fifth best in the world. It's great.
Well, Zhenya Medvedeva is very upset still about, being second at the Olympics. I read interviews or watch programs. She still seems upset. What would you tell her?
Let me call her and find out what does she feel. Call her.
Okay, I would love to call her. Yes, she's an interesting person. Yeah,
I can call now to Anastasia Mishina and find out, Nastya, how do you feel?
yeah, yeah.
So if you want to call Valieva or to whom you talk, call.
Yes, I'm asking because you
find the way to call her. You called me. I answered, and so I answer you. So find the way. You are a journalist. Find the way to achieve your goal.
I will find the way to achieve tomorrow. I am.
So this is my suggestion to you. My advice.
I am a determined person. Yes, I wanted to ask you about your books on skating that you produced, because someone told me you produced a book that had figure skates doing ballet, that this was an exercise that your students do. I have a Vaganova ballet teacher, so I've started to do this. Can you tell me about that?
I wrote the book 50, I don't know, 40 years ago. I do not remember.
Do you still do this? Do your skaters do ballet with their skates on? Yeah.
No, we do skating exercises with different movements of the body. We of course do that, and all their coaches, dance coaches, also do that. Also do that.
How often do they study dance?
Who?
Like developing skaters versus high-level skaters.
Every day they work with the dance coach.
Every day.
On ice. Yes. Every day.
Okay. What other kind of workouts do you like your skaters to do? Do they?
What do you mean workout?
Pilates, running, what?
Right now, not so many, because in the early days, we ask American coaches, American skaters, what do you do? They told nothing. We just skate. And they ask us, what do you do? We told, oh, we do jumping, running, ballet. So in 2 years, we asked American skaters, what do you do? Jumping, running, ballet. And they ask us, what do you do? We say, no, we don't do anything. We just skate. That's all.
I take lessons from Yuri Symbolyuk, who is a Soviet. Yuri Symbolyuk?
Yes, Symbolyuk, yes, I remember.
Yes. Soviet skater. He was, often very high in the figures, very high in the short program. I asked him, Yuri, what happened in the free skate? He said they used to train the free skate only once or twice a week. And how often do your skaters do a full long program? I know that this is something that different people.
It depends on the season, on the skater, on the program, on the health situation, on the mood of the skater, on the mood of the coach. Depends.
How about for like Mishina Galyamov before a top competition? would they be doing a full long, like once or twice a week, every day? Like what?
We do different exercises that let them help them to prepare to go through the whole program at the competition without any fault.
Mhm.
There are different exercises.
Mhm. What do you have your skaters do off the ice to prepare psychologically, to lower their stress, to
Go to a psychologist or go to the person who does off-ice preparation, and they will tell you, because those exercises are typical for American skaters, for American people in psychology or in off-ice practice, and for the specialists from other countries the same.
Mhm. I was
Just
wondering, many people, yeah, many people are wondering about Papadakis and Cizeron. They consider them to be great artists, the French ice dancers, and I was wondering if you had thoughts about them and their potential comeback.
Everybody can go back to skating, and it depends on the people. So if you want to know their opinion, you just better call them and ask them.
Are they skaters who inspire you when you watch them? You said that you liked it.
Of course, I like all the good skaters from every country, from any country who skates well. We enjoy skaters, not countries where they're from.
Yes.
Excuse me. Оля, не могу, я сейчас даю интервью Дэйву. Да, пока.
Okay.
My daughter is asking whether I've forgotten to give you.
Well,
that's why she is calling second time.
oh.
So how long are you going?
No, I was just wrapping it up with you. I was,
By the way, I again tell you, I enjoy skaters from any countries who skate well. We enjoy skaters and not different skaters from one country to another country. We enjoy skating.
Have you seen Yuzuru Hanyu's one-man show where he performs by himself and with the big theatrical introduction in Japan?
Excuse me, repeat, I didn't hear in the beginning.
Have you seen Yuzuru Hanyu's show where he skates by himself for 2 hours?
Yes, I read about that, but I didn't see that show. I didn't see, but if I see, probably I will be thrilled to watch him, because he's a very good, he's great skater.
I'll send you the video so that you can watch it. It's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It was great to talk with you. I will let you go talk with your daughter, but I hope that, our shared love of figure skating is apparent, and it's a pleasure to speak with you.
And I ask you, please, people who like skating, they like skating, they like art of skating, they like personalities who give us that enjoyment. And do not judge us that we are very sophisticated in dividing skaters by countries. No, we like art of skating.
Can you teach us to say, we love figure skating in Russian? How would you say it?
Pardon?
Can you say, we love figure skating in Russian? How would we say this?
In Russian.
Скажите, пожалуйста.
Мы любим фигурное катание, мы любим фигуристов вне зависимости, из какой они страны. Мы любим искусство фигурного катания.
Спасибо большое.
Пожалуйста.
Пожалуйста.
До свидания. Bye.
Bye.
Так.
All right. Thank you so much.